No more yard work. We get to sleep in. No noisy kids nearby to wake us up. I am looking forward to the good life. My friend John recently decided, while planning him and his wife's retirement, that he was going to sell his big old house and move to a nice, comfortable 55 age-restricted strata condo or a townhouse. He said, "Oh, it's going to be easy living." But I said, "Just hold on a minute, John. Not everything is roses in retirement land, especially with 55 plus stratas." So I told him, "I'm going to tell you about the pros and cons of purchasing a 55 plus age restricted strata condo or townhouse. You absolutely need to know this before you spend a single dollar on that next purchase decision." Do you want to know what I told him? Then stick around. Hi, I'm Gary. Did you know that recently in British Columbia, the provincial government removed all rental restrictions from strata properties except for the 55 plus age restriction? Because of this, a large number of stratas where they had previously been 19 plus or 45 plus or other age restrictions have quickly changed their bylaws to incorporate the 55 plus age restrictions. And many that had no age restrictions, which we believe was really a mistake, have jumped on the bandwagon and added the 55 plus age restriction. So now, when you're out looking for a strata condo or townhouse to purchase, the odds are that you will find more of this 55 age restriction than previously. Just a note, you can own a 55 age restriction strata property if you're younger than 55, but you just can't live in it. Boy, so what gives here? The strata restriction rules were removed on November 24th, 2022 by the provincial government, except for the 55 age restriction and the ability to prevent short-term rentals. People already living in the strata when a 55 age plus restriction bylaw is enacted are grandfathered and can remain living there unless they leave for a significant time. This might be like a move for a year or two elsewhere to work. Upon their return, they may be restricted, which is not really very nice for them. Another thing is that 55 plus buildings tend to be older buildings. Virtually all new buildings will not have any restrictions of any kind as set out by the developer. So these are not really generally age 55 restricted until over 75% of the owners decide for some reason that they want this kind of bylaw. This might take many years or may never happen in the current world. For the last 10 years, all new strata properties were not restricted. So what does this mean as a buyer of a 55 plus strata property? I'm going to go over the pros and cons of purchasing a 55 plus strata property. The first thing is it probably has a cheaper purchase price. The price of a 55 plus strata property might be a bit cheaper than a non-55 strata because they're harder to rent. Normally the lack of any kind of restrictions mean that the units may have rentals, making them a bit more valuable and of course more expensive to purchase. And this increased valuation carries through to the non-rental units as well. However, the 55 plus age restriction limits the type of rentals, causing a smaller buyer pool and therefore may lead to the purchase price being a bit lower. That's good if you're buying. The second thing is you'll find that you live in a supportive and like-minded community. Often 55 plus people are in similar phases of their lives, being senior-oriented with common interests and abilities. So they might enjoy a real sense of supportive community with help for things like rides to the doctor, watching their units while they're away, or food and care provided when sick or injured, and resting at home. The third thing is retirement amenities. A lot of the 55 plus strata complexes, being older and built when land was cheaper and more available than now, may have some really great amenities like a swimming pool, sauna, tennis and pickleball courts. Newer non-55 plus complexes being built on very expensive land nowadays tend to be quite a bit smaller and without these kind of amenities. The fourth thing is quieter living. 55 plus strata complexes being age restricted means there are no children or teenagers other than those when visiting grandparents. So the children noise may be minimal and temporary, leading to a more peaceful and quiet living space. Also, these units may allow for aging in place. Some 55 plus strata complexes may have been built specifically for seniors, and others may have been renovated to provide facilities for aging in place. This can make it a lot easier to stay in the units to an older age. As we age, many of us really don't want to move too often. If we could stay in one place for a longer time, then this can be quite a comfort and relief. Oh, I hate moving, don't you? So I want you to see the video above titled Downsizing Checklist, 4 things you must consider when downsizing. The 6th thing to think about is the lower maintenance and costs. With usually more senior residents being owners than tenants, and seniors not being particularly hard on facilities, but valuing quality and peace, the strata complex may keep in better condition and possibly lower strata fees because of this. The overall condition of the stratas may be better maintained than one perhaps used for family rentals where there is a lot of activities. By the way, my wife Rosemary and I are realtors here in Victoria, BC, on Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada. We really believe this is the best place in Canada to live. We have lived in a senior-oriented strata condo for the last 10 years and we love it. And we have experienced many of the pros just mentioned. So call us if you'd like to chat about downsizing to a strata condo or a townhouse. Our phone number is at the end of this video. If you like this video so far, then be sure to subscribe and press the notification bell so you can be notified of our weekly and helpful videos. Now let's continue with the cons. So what can go wrong? Well, you're going to have a lot of older people. The advanced age of residents can be a factor. The advanced age of some members of the strata complex might be just too old for recent retirees who are in their 50s or 60s or 70s. There could be established cliques that could be hard to join, and some people may just feel a bit left out or unwelcome in the community. And number 2 is it can be just really a slow-paced community. Even though everyone may be seniors and in retirement, there could be more than a 30-year spread between the younger and older residents. The younger group might not find any of the common interests with the older group and find it hard to mix. People in the younger ages may have grandchildren to come around frequently, but the noise and activities may be just a bit too much for the older group who are not welcoming to them. The 3rd thing is unwanted amenities. As seniors age in the 55 plus complex, they may discontinue using some of the facilities like the swimming pool or pickleball court, unless you're going to play these into your 90s. However, they will still have to pay their share of the strata fees, and they may resent having to pay for things that they really don't use. The 4th thing is, in these type of rentals, there just might be too many rules and bylaws. 55 plus strata complexes tend to be older and tend to have more bylaws and rules added often every year by the various strata councils. Residents may have to deal with restrictions like where they can put their carpet on what rooms, can you have hardware floors, whether they can have wood or not, the size and number of pets. For example, a dog may be restricted to 10 kilograms or maybe 12 inches high at the shoulder. And also the length of stay children can stay in some owner condos may be like a 7-day limit or even shorter periods. The 5th thing is there can be extra strata fees. Eventually the older 55 plus strata complexes may require significant maintenance or remediation. Special levies could be required for such things as balconies and windows, replacing copper or PEX water piping, elevator replacement, and parking membranes and more. Number 6 is a lower selling price. As mentioned in the first pro, the 55 age restriction could lead to a smaller buyer pool, and therefore your selling price might be a bit lower than for a similar unit in a non-55 plus complex. This is Rosemary and my list, and everyone has their own opinions. It's really up to you to decide whether buying a 55 plus strata home is a better or worse fit for you. Let us know in the comments below what you think. We love your comments and we will respond to all comments and questions. Now that you've learned a bit about the topic on senior retirement, have a look at this video below about downsizing checklists, things you must consider when downsizing. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.